Very quick. And I sympathize with, if anybody is here that has been raped or sexually abused. It is not a fun thing. It's not a good thing. It's very evil. And I'll not ever say that it's okay to be sexually abused or be raped. One thing that we don't know, or most of us we don't know, is that the way children are formed is a gift from God, and children are a product of a period, I would say a right period, when a man and a woman comes together. It doesn't matter, the condition that brought them together. The child that is formed is a product of that. And that child is a child of God. The Bible says children are a gift from God. And one thing that I want you guys to really listen. If you read the book of Ecclesiastes, he said that just as we don't know the way of what, we don't know the way the spirit comes to the bone of a child. Nobody knows the way of the spirit to the bone of a child. A child is in the womb. There's a part that God does. And that is why a lot of people in the world are missing. That part that God does is the spirit that God gives to that child. Zechariah 12 verse 1. The Bible says God is the father of all spirits. Job 27 verse 3. Job said, I have the spirit of God in my nostrils. So that part of a child that makes the child move is the spirit of God. And that is why we cannot destroy that child. So it's sad, but it can never be aborted. No, because that child is a gift from God. God hates it. It's an abomination. And that is period. That child can never be aborted.
All right. So you have another question concerning marijuana. You said that smoking weed is bad, but there's no scientific research showing that it has medical and even some social benefits. Can you go a little bit deeper into why you see it?
Sure. I'm very happy to do that. Yes, thank you. I'm very happy to do that. Now, we have the coke. We have the belladonna tree, atropine, we have a lot of medicine that we get from trees. Okay? Pain medication. We can use cocaine, heroin, and they are huge products for a lot of medicinal purposes. Obi for surgery, let's say, your man of opioids. We prescribe opioids, man, go for super opioid, everything. Okay? Yes, you can use the seed or the plant of weed to do things for what purpose? For medicinal purpose, not for recreational purpose. You can do anything recreationally. Again, if you don't get to the if you are put the so it is not for medicinal purposes. And it becomes recreational purposes, it destroys the body. We destroy your mind. At work, I know Ohio, it is legal to take weed. But guess what? Anytime I see a patient out of weed, the guy going to say, "Mene or man or any other." I don't agree. I'm not afraid to say that. Because yesterday, weed was illegal. Okay? This is wisdom of God. This is wisdom of God. Yesterday, weed was illegal. Why do they make weed today? The same country said weed is illegal, and they gave reasons why weed is illegal. If the next day you turn and said weed is okay, we are humans, we are the same. It is money. America is money. Somebody is fighting for money. We impact your judgment. Okay? So the way you think, you don't think straight. I don't want to go into it, but your brain is your frontal lobe. Beneath your frontal lobe is amygdala. Your frontal lobe controls pretty much everything. Now, if you smoke weed, cocaine, or anything that brings you pleasure, even sex, It gets control of the amygdala. The amygdala, there's a part in the amygdala area, in the area of the amygdala, we call it the nucleus accumbens. Now that place, and the map for India, I want it. Now the more you do it, that part of the brain develops more. The more that part of the brain develops, it controls your frontal lobe. So now, if your nuclear treatment get hold of your frontal lobe, you have no control over yourself anymore. And that is why anything that can cause addiction cannot be used for recreation. Again, anything that can cause addiction cannot be used for recreation because it's going to destroy you.
Thank you. So I'm gonna answer one more question before we open up for I know this is just into the other one. But when you talk about gambling, it seems you guys only focus on like the movie gambling. But is it a step for a true professional member living in Ghana to apply for the U.S. Diversity and Immigration Visa Program, also known as Green Card Lottery, to travel for a better bachelor's or is it against the church for because it's almost immediate?
All right. So again, let me repeat. That is not gambling. Now, the DV lottery. Okay, if you guys don't know, it is not called DV lottery. Okay, it is not called DV lottery. The reason why you added the lottery to it is because of the way it is done. It is done like a lotto. All right, you take it, and so you know the way the DV is. You want to travel. The American government has documentation, proper documentation for people. So you send your name, and then through that, they don't charge you for anything. Okay, you don't pay anything for that. People charge other people to do that, but that is what? That is beside the point. So they give the name to American government, and then because a lot of people want to come here. So through that what? They choose some people to come here. So that is not gambling. Again, there are a lot of arguments against what? Against and for gambling. I couldn't go into it. You know, we go back as a farming is even gambling. Gambling. You see, when you go as farming, it is not gambling. Okay? You can call it a risk. We take risk. Risk and gambling are two different things. Okay, are actually different things, we may come into detail. But yes, GD lottery, the lottery for next because it has is done. It is not gambling. Okay? All right.
So only when there's money involved is where the symptoms.
Exactly. You know, exactly.
I want to open up for Gil real quick. It looks like we have one person.
All right, thank you. My question is, now, if you look at the level that we are in, most of us are aware, get to a level where we need to come. Now, what I'm saying is that in America, they usually apply for jobs in the South, they want people to experience. So, because of that, what I see is that the majority of us in Asari are resident. They come aside and say,
yeah,
I want to comment on that.
Okay.
Because I do that too.
Okay. Very good question. Very good question. You know, when I came to America, okay, again, I have experience, okay? Look, when I came to America, one of the culture shock was that, okay? I remember I said, nobody will call Jima. I can say, Listowel, I had one try, young fowl. It's a one try, and I make and fowl. The person knew me. Because said, and so he said, you know, teacher was no. Me to me, I'm not dying. I'm not ready for the bed. Brethren, hear me well. The Bible says our yes be yes and no be no. There are no in betweens. But this is what I want to say. Remember America, it's been 15 years. Over, you know, I would say 10 to 15 years. Before I make the exam in Nazo, make them cry. You could be done not to be made. You exam in Nazo. You could do down in Nazo. Well, how would you answer it? But 15 years. Because the time America, no, now I'm coming war, a very good certificate. I can make my LLB, like my age. We did 2 years, we went on Qatar, and I have a very good certificate. I've done things towards succeed. But I get our quite people for, even though there's a clear of faith, but we don't believe it. We don't believe it. And that's my encouragement. Say, young people, you faith. Sir, dear brother, you say, I did a hard day for Sana, yes, Sana, yes. Or one, they don't tell us to do that, right? They expect what experience, but the expectation is not what to lie on the application. That is not the expectation. Our Sonia experience, but on the control. It's not the experience. I didn't have to say, no Ghana chief operating officer. I will labor.
You may have to set up a different time to kind of really address that one. So just one last question to address everybody. Yeah. Oh, so just one thing, I guess, to just answer a hard question, specifically she wants to know what she did, was it right or wrong? Just quickly address that.
I would say that when it comes to right and wrong, I believe that to God. Because I don't take God's sponsorship. I'm pretty sure you said, you're guilty, of course. What I can answer though is that God has forgiven you if in the sight of God is wrong. I can say that for sure. Because 1 John 1, the Bible says God forgives all what? Sins. He forgives all sins. Definitely. If you pray about it, God has what? Forgiven you. Okay, so when it comes to being right or wrong, just what you accepted to do. Because, like I said, I don't know what was the requirement. I don't see that from something there that required a child to come out. Then I don't know that side of the story. But if you right or wrong, I would say that live in the house of God, but more so do not think about it because you have asked God for what? For forgiveness. So case closed. Once you ask God for forgiveness, there's no more guilt. If the guilt is still there, I always tell people, sometimes we do wrong things, even though we believe that God has forgiven us. But because sin has consequences, we live with a guilt. One thing that you can do is go away with guilt. God can take away anything if you can. You want to have, and not paying us in medical pay, but paying us in social media. Now, we actually say anything more. Anything God can take it away from you. So pray about it, fast about it, and ask God to take it away from you, and then you are amazed what God can teach your heart. But God has forgiven you. That I can assure you that 100% God has forgiven you.
Okay, so we go to this topic. I know I actually work for a say. Something like just with the word at the time. Just with the word for this topic. Last question that could be applied to everybody. This person said, I'm still a virgin in my late 20s, and I'm ready to marry. All guys that come to me to propose to me say they want to have sex with me before marriage. And these people are in the church. I've ignored them all because of this. So what should I do to grow, especially if I'm somebody who wants to grow?
Okay. Very free, and I love that you're what I'm listening. That's very good question. And it is something that is going on actually a lot in the church, and of course, more so in the world. Like, they want to sleep with you, they want to do that with you. As I said, chastity is a revered culture or a revered lifestyle for every Christian. So my advice to her, number one, and those who are coming to her, we are not worthy of her. That's number one. We are not worthy of her. We are not worthy. Ever. Even if they change their mind and say, well, okay, I'm not going to sleep with you again. I want to marry you, let's say 1 year, 2 years. They are still not worthy. The fact that they have come first, if they prove themselves worthy, then he can consider it. But anybody who asks for sex before marriage is never worthy. You know why? You guys know why, right? Because when he marries you, he's going to what? He's going to cheat on you. 100%. 100%. Anybody who has a lady for sex before marriage, the lady is going to cheat on you. One day, one day. If he's going to cheat on you, he's going to be susceptible to what? To cheating. Yes. Yes. So the person has to say, the right is that he should marry Christ. Christ should be her husband. It said, if he marries Christ, when the right person is available, God is going to bring the right person on to him. I believe that strongly. If you remain church for God, God will give you the right person. If the right person doesn't come, live for God forever. I say, live for God forever. Because at the end of the day, if you marry now and then you die in sin, you're going to go to hell. If you marry now, your husband gives you trouble and then you leave the church, you are going to go to hell. If you marry now, your husband make your life a living hell and you will leave the church, you are going to go to hell. So it's better to remain in your singlehood and live a life for God for eternity.